Bling evening from the stamp of approval, or should I say bling morning. You know, through my 8 years of being a mobile notary, there are just some things that I have not seen. And I want to talk about that this morning. What I want to talk about today's topic is going to be safety while signing. There are so many hazards to traveling. We get the signing, we know what we're getting paid, we got the paperwork, and we head straight out to the signing, but we neglect the safety features that we need to follow that are in place. So I'm going to talk about them with you a little bit today. And a couple things I would like to talk about are, what are the items to keep in your car? Now, back in my day, my dad was a big supporter of making sure I had the right items in my car. And it started with having a milk crate. Y'all remember the milk crate, right? Well, in the milk crate, my dad always taught me to have all the oils or the fluids that my car take. Do you need a big old bottle? No, just a small size bottle, maybe a quart, in case your fluids get low from the traveling. You never know how much wear and tear is actually being taken on your car if you don't have these fluids. And if you do have them, you're always prepared. Now, these days, you don't have to get the old fashioned day milk crate. You can actually go to Sam's Club and buy you a trunk organizer. And it has pockets on the outside. It has maybe 3 or 4 rows in the middle. So you can actually separate your stuff by items. Now, in this trunk organizer, you need a blanket. You need bottles of water. You need snacks. You need a change of clothes. Now, let me go through why you need these items. One, you need the blanket in case you get caught in the area where it's cold at night and you're forced, you have to wait. You may have to wait a little bit of time for AAA to get there, or anyone or a family member to come relieve you or pick you up, depending on why you are stranded. Water, because you may get thirsty and you may be on a highway or interstate and there's nowhere around to get water. So you're stuck, right? And snacks, because the distance and the time you will have to wait for people, you're going to be hungry. There's nothing like being stranded and have nothing to eat or drink. Now, we talked about all the oils now and the fluids. You're like, what are the fluids? The most important ones: engine oil, windshield wiper fluid. We need that because when you're traveling on a highway, it's a lot of dirt. It may be rain. You're going to hit bugs, especially depending on what time of the season that you're traveling, whether it's summertime or springtime where it's more bugs, or just simply nighttime, because bugs tend to be attracted to the headlights. Okay, guys, a spare tire. Why? Because you may have a blowout. You may get a nail in your tire. You may get a flat. So now, if you aren't the type of person like me that knows how to change a tire, then you simply are not going to be able to do it. So make sure you have a triple A, or with your car insurance, make sure you get roadside assistance included. If it doesn't come with your insurance, make sure you add it. Also, make sure in the loan signing field, we are mobile notaries. So pay the extra couple dollars fee to find out how much it costs to get a rent a car. Maybe you want to get the smallest one. You don't have to pay for the top of the line. Some people pay for the smallest car, or they may go with the mid-size, depending on the type of car you are vehicle you are already driving. Um, And also, when you pay for that extra roadside assistance service, it's free as long as you pay your premium every month. They will come and put gas in your car if you run out. But we're going to go talk about that later on in this topic. They will come change your tire. So make sure you have a good working spare. If the car you has does not have one, purchase you one. You're going to need it. Or purchase you a replacement wheel that what your vehicle runs on now. Contact person. You're traveling out of town. Who did you tell you were traveling out of town? There are so many different counties and townships that we go in that sometimes they are not safe. The same things you go through in your city and state, they happen in other cities and states. So somebody should know that you're traveling out of town. Now, my dad was my go-to. Anytime I went out, because he was a bodyguard and chauffeur, I would let him know where I'm going. He would let me know if the township was racist. Excuse me, guys. He would let me know to go in there, do what you got to do. They know you coming, and leave. Also, call on your way there. Call when you get there. Call when you're leaving. You don't necessarily have to call from the client's home, but you can, to show them somebody cares about you. That's a way where nobody can think anything can happen to you. Also, when you get in your car, call again. I'm in my car. I'm safe. Me and my dad, oh, excuse me and my dad would talk, guys, literally sometimes to my notary job, and I would call him as soon as I got in the car, or if he felt as though it was taking too long, because he normally timed me, and he knew, like, a notary job can range from 1 to 3 hours. I would get in there and knock it out to 45 minutes. Now, if there were extenuating circumstances, meaning we had to call a lender, we had to wait for a call back, then it was an hour. But my dad was already trained at 35 minutes to call me. So the client knew, oh, somebody knows where she's at. Somebody knows where she's going to be. Somebody's expecting her to come home. So you want to put these parameters out, and you want to make sure people know you have someone that is looking out for you and expecting you. Um, and I talked about, like I told you, my dad would call me 35 minutes within, have people call to check on you. You know, when you go out and you meet, oh, excuse me, guys. You know, when you go out and you meet somebody and you're going on a blind date, you have that girlfriend call in, you have that guy call in, or that emergency call, or someone to check on you. Well, start doing that when you go to these loan signings. If the loan signing is taking a little bit long, tell people to call you to make sure that you're okay. Use a code word that you need help if necessary. We have to worry about our safety and the days and the times that we live in. And it's very important that I leave this video up, because I don't see anybody talking about safety. And safety was a number one thing with my dad and me. We implemented code words. He told me, and something I'm going to tell you, respect the road. If you respect the road, it will respect you back. So, guys, we're going to go to the next thing, gas stations. This is a very important topic. Excuse the yawning, guys. I just got finished doing homework, and this is the only time, like, free time I have to leave this video. So this is why I'm leaving it at this such early hour. Get now back to the topics. Gas stations. Gas stations are very important. Only visit the Wawas and the Sunoco's. Don't go visit no mom and pop rinky dink gas station. I don't care how cheap the price is. Nobody knows you're there. Most of these places, their cameras don't work. There's miles for another one before you get to another one. And another thing I want to tell you, treat from now on, all my notary publics and loan signing agents, treat your half a tank like E. If you treat it like E, then you will never go. Always be prepared for any productivity. You have to keep yourself prepared. You have to realize your safety is at line. You want to be able to get to and from. You have to keep in mind you may have, oh, excuse me, guys. You may run into traffic. anything can happen. And mind you, when you're sitting in traffic, some people will just turn their car off. There could be an accident. There could be a pileup. There could be a downed tree. And it could be a rock slide. And you're like, wow, Dawn, we live in the city. But think about it. If you're traveling to another township, if you're traveling to the suburbs, if you're traveling to the country, these are some things that can happen. Also, before I forget, in your crate, or I'm going to say crate because that's what I was taught, but I do have a trunk organizer now. Keep you a container of rock salt. Why do I want to keep rock salt? Because when it snows or it ices, if you ever get stuck, you keep a little cup in the car, put that behind your rear view wheels, and it'll give you traction to get out. Okay. Guys, I'm going to really stress about these gas stations. Wawa's, and we talk about the big ones that have gas pumps, that have cameras, that is a lot of people there. Wawa's and Sunoco's are your go-to. Please, if you treat your half a tank like it's on E, you will be so much better when it comes to traveling. Um, I say stay full, stay prepared, right? Now, here are a few apps that are go tos and that you need on your phone. And I'm going to go through them. And each one I'm going to go through, I'm going to explain it, okay? First one is Waze. I love Waze. Waze. Not only does it take you out of congestion, it takes you straight to it. You can either choose to go with tolls, without tolls. I choose to do without tolls. Why? Because I'm a highway driver. I like a scenic route, and I have a specific speed that I do. So I don't, my dad also taught me never always be speeding and stopping and speeding and stop it. Don't get in the habit of doing that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you use more gas doing that. If your air isn't filled up in your tires, you're using more gas than you need to. So make sure your car is in good running shape. So you, when you going to get this money, you're traveling safely. Also, I love Waze, love Waze, love Waze. I can't talk about Waze enough. There are going to be so many videos you're going to hear me talking about Waze because that is one I simply do love. Gas Buddy. Download Gas Buddy. Why? Because wherever you're at, it'll show you whatever type of gas. If you want regular, mid grade, premium, even my diesel folks. If you want, it will show you where to go and where it is at. Also, download the SEPTA app. You're like, Dawn, I'm driving. No, seriously, download the SEPTA app. If you don't have anybody coming to get you, if you don't have money for Uber, and most people do, but think about it, the area you're going, already pre-map out what you have to take. If you have to print it out, take it with you. You have to remember, guys, we're talking about emergencies and safety here. Mile IQ. Mile IQ will give you the mileage. It can, you could put your receipts in for whatever food you purchase or any other thing else. Mile IQ is great whether you want to pay for it or not. Some is about $5.99, $6 a month, depending on what package you want. Tiny Scanner. Tiny Scanner is heaven to a notary and a loan sign agent. Why? Because we have to scan back some documents. And I remember in the beginning days of me doing it, I would use my phone, and I bought the best phone, right? But buying the best phone and not getting it the document to be bright as they would like so they could see, sometime impeded and put a bad light on me. So I had one of the people that checked the doc say, Dawn, do you have Tidy Scanner? Oh, excuse me, y'all. And I said, no, what's that? And he said it's like a Xerox copy, but it brightens every document. And he said, Dawn, it's $5 a month. So he told me about it. I ordered it on my app. I still have it to this day. I have been a notary for 8 years and a loan signing agent for 7. And I still use this document. It presents your documents to escrow, to the title companies in a professional manner. Love it. So if you a loan signing agent, you need to get Tiny Scanner, and they also have Tiny Fax because some loan signing jobs may want you to fax, some may want you to email, and some may want you to scan. Hotel apps. You can get the Choice app, the Hopper app. There are so many different apps that I have on my phone, but it's like, or do you have a membership with them? Because wherever you're at, wherever you travel to, depending on what time your emergency happened, you may just want to go lay down, get some rest, and travel back home tomorrow. And sometimes you may have some jobs where they are, especially if you have field inspections and they're in a different township, you may want to stay overnight. Yes, there are some companies that pay, especially in the field inspection and commercial inspection world. They will pay for you to stay overnight. They will pay for you depending on how many jobs that they give you. Canva. Canva could create, there's so much things that you can create on Canva. I can't begin to name. I've used Canva for flyers. I've used them for um, like social media, holiday Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy Valentine's Day, Happy New Year. There's so much you can use on Canva. It's the one of the best creative, getting your mind juices flowing. Okay, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, please get LinkedIn. It's, you'll be linked into people in your field. People will want to meet you. Like I have title people reaching out to me, escrow people reaching out to me, lawyers reaching out to me, and real estate people looking out to reach out to me. Do I connect with them? Yes, I do. I connect with each and every one of them for the simple fact this is how we build and brand our business. What else do I have here? I think I have some on the bed. Cash App, because some signage, look, you can go to a job, a loan signing, and you can get a notary job outside of the loan signing. And trust me, it has happened. I have went to loan signings and I've had people ask me to fill rent rebates out. I had people ask me to do physicals. I had people ask me to notarize their kid is going out of state, so they need the notarization, and they figured, and they don't check this out. Sometimes they don't even tell you. They just know you're coming, so they figure everything I got to get notarized. Let me get that while they'll be here, and after they in the middle or towards ending filling out whatever you're there for, they'll say, "Hey, can you notarize this?" So that is extra money. Never leave money on the table. So I always notarize. I always finish the loan signing first, and then I always make sure. And one thing we have to do in Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania is very strict on this government um, having a valid government photo. Let me say that again: a valid photo government issued ID. Why? Because the state of Pennsylvania, they do not play. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, no copies are ever acceptable. You can't get this barred. No, you are not a lawyer. Some of us are attorneys. I am not an attorney, but there are two things we cannot do. We cannot get legal advice because we are not attorneys, and that's only in the attorney field. And we have to take a valid ID. No copies are ever allowed. Don't let nobody beg you. Don't let nobody tell you they'll give you extra money. You will get disbarred. There is something called a journal. Make sure you have one. I don't care what type of signing I do. I make sure every person signs that journal. I put in their information from their ID. I even put the time of the signing. Why? Because at any point, you were to hold on to your journal for 10 years or until, if you pass, they're supposed to be mailed back. So make sure you fill out your journal when you first get it, because Lord forbid something happened to you, your family members will have to send this back. I have been a loan signing agent for 7 years, and I've had a judge subpoena one signature for me. And how do you do that? That's on the next YouTube video. So stay tuned for the stamp of approval. Guys, I have a lot of content of 8 years of being a notary public and 7 years of being a loan signing agent. And I am going to be leaving videos for you. I've already left a few, but they're going to be at least maybe 1 or 2 videos a day that I'm going to leave for you, because these are some of the topics that people don't talk about. We have people educating us on a different type of documents. I'm going to do that as well. But I believe safety while signing is a big thing. So that's why I'm leaving this one at this time of the night. Now, guys, I'm going to continue with the apps. Cash App, in case you get that extra signing while out their job. So that client will also know how to pay you, have a form of payment, right? Also, there are different types of credit card machines you can get with. But let me explain something to you. There is a Cash App. Unless you actually can get you a scale fee, you might forget to you have to, depending on what you're charging them, you have to charge maybe up to $3 to $5 more for the processing fee, because whatever you charge, remember that processing fee with Cash App is coming out of your money that you're getting paid for. Zelle is a great one. It goes straight into your account, and I don't remember Zelle having a fee. Any monetary app. I use Square, and I also have a new one. Square is the same way as Cash App. They take a fee. Remember that they take a fee. Also, I have a new one called Pay Anywhere. Now, Pay Anywhere charges, I don't pay the fee. My clients pay the fee, and it's a 4% fee. Why? I have been paying the fees for years. I'm told you I've been a notary 8 years and a loan signing agent 7, and even in a regular notary field, I have used Square. I either manually did it or I have something that could slip it right in, right? But you get tired of paying the fees, so I found one that is called Pay Anywhere, and it's a 4% fee to charge to the customer. Um, Also, whatever monetary app you decide to go with, because there are a lot out there, it's at your choice. Different ones have different percentages fees, whether you pay the fees or the clients pay the fees. Um, QuickBooks, that'll help you keep all your information in order. You can scan in your receipts, your meals. Don't forget, guys, anything that you use for your mobile vehicle, from purchasing fluids, air, purchasing meals. Keep all your receipts. All of these receipts are write-offs. And if you have QuickBook apps, you can take a picture of it and scan your receipt, and you don't have to worry about it getting wet from a juice, from a water, it blown away when you open the door. Trust me, I've had all of these scenarios happen to me. Also, something I was just recently introduced to, and I want to give a shout out to Amber, the notary, Amber Latrice, because I actually got this from her, and I'm looking forward. I've already done a little homework, research on it, and I talked to someone from this particular company. But guys, check out Thumbtack. Thumbtack is very good for us. I talked to him. I want to say within the next couple weeks, I'm going to be trying Thumbtack out, because just from I've set up everything but the monetization part of it, but just them, I still get information from them. I still get jobs from them and requests from them. And the guy said, wow. I said, wow, I get a lot of requests. So, I'm really starting to lean forward to getting it, because I like to do my homework and research. When people tell me about stuff on YouTube videos, when people say, hey, look, try this, I actually do research. I type it in. I found out if they have videos on how it works, or they have the steps written down in English. I do what they say, and then I look at the reviews as well. Please look at the reviews. What works for one person may not work for you. So always do your due diligence and do your homework and check the reviews. Um, Also, guys, I want to talk to you about a website. Um, there are a lot of people, they pay tons and tons for the website, right? But here are two websites that I want to put you on that are free 99. You know, some people you out there, you making money, but for our startup businesses that are not making money and you want to just get your foot in the game, I want to first one I want to throw out to you is UENI. I love UENI. I've had them about a good 3, 4 years. May have been longer than that. Once I found out about them, and I did the free 99. Love the free 99, right? But as I actually had surgery because I was in a car accident and it dislocated my right shoulder. So May 6th, and then a month later, COVID kicked in. So, guys, a whole year and 3 months, I had a broke shoulder and couldn't get it fixed because the hospitals, they shut the surgeries down. Nobody wanted to do the work, right? So when they opened it back up, May 6th, 2021, is when I got my shoulder repaired. And they were the surgery, their therapy, and the recovery took a year and 4 months. And I recently had my doctor, surgeon has put me back in therapy. And this is a moneymaker. If I can't use this, I can't drive. Actually, once I had the surgery, they wouldn't even let me drive 6 weeks for up to 6 weeks after it. So also make sure you wear your seatbelts. But these websites, I recently opened my business back up. It's been 6 months since I've opened my business back up, and there I normally wait. Now this I'm going to give you guys a hint and a tip, especially if you're starting up and you're new. Normally wait till they have Black Friday sales, end of the year sales. Why? Because a lot of these businesses will have discounts. They will give you set up to 60, 75% off. And that's what I did. Something that would have normally cost me $600 just to upgrade only cost me $99. So when I saw that, I jumped on an upgrade, and that's what I did with UENI. And I love it. They have new things that they've added since I've first started, and that's what you want to be with. You want to be with a company that is upgrading, because if the company you're with isn't upgrading, then you'll be stuck there. Always make sure with whoever whom you're with, they're constantly adding things and they're constantly upgrading. And the other website I want to talk to you about is Linktree. I did Linktree. I did the very bare minimum with Linktree. I will go back to Linktree because you can add so many different fields there. And I'm going to add that. I've only added a few now. I do want to tell you, with the free 99 with the Linktree, and then they have one I believe is very low priced. Um, you can add different links onto that. So Linktree is another good one. Try that. Now, guys, I want to go to cell phones. When you are a mobile notary and a loan signing agent, you are liable to get a job in your township or in another township, and you want to make sure you have good service. Now, me personally, I chose AT&T. Why? Because AT&T has been around for a long time. They have underground lines, they have overground lines, they even run through the water. Okay, they run through the sea. So I was very happy with AT&T because the further I went out, AT&T always worked. No Metro PCS, not even T-Mobile. I'm sorry, T-Mobile did not do me any justice. AT&T is where it's at. Unless you can get you now, I can't speak for Boost Mobile to be honest, but AT&T did me good. They were the longest running longest running um, telephone company, period. And their cell phone service, they're just way more established. So I had AT&T. I was willing to pay the bill, because the money you make on a loan signing agent salary or 1099 independent contractor, you can make that back. And guys, learn to start um, not paying all your bills at once when you get your check. And that's another thing, guys. A mobile notary, we get paid monthly. When you're doing loan signing agent work, you get paid monthly. People don't like to tell you that, but you get paid monthly. So find you other jobs. There will be other opportunities I will be offering at the stamp of approval, because one of my goals is to teach notaries. I have a few things under my belt. I have people telling me, "Doing, go ahead and do it." So I'm stepping out and I'm doing it. Why? Because if it worked for me, it can work for you. And now all things that I'm telling you about may not work for you, and whatever works for you, please come on here and drop down in the comments. Tell me what worked for you. Tell me what didn't work for you. I'm telling you, your overall safety is what I am worried about, what I'm concerned about. We're giving notary knowledge, but we're not giving safety while signing. So that's what this is going to be titled. Also, what else do I want to have? Make sure you get business insurance. There are so many people that don't get business insurance, and it's for you, it's for your business. Look, if you have life insurance and death insurance and car insurance, why don't you have business insurance? Um, I will, on my next video as well, that'll be a different video. I will be able to give you a few, maybe I'll try to give you about 3 companies that offers business insurance, and research with the people that is in that field to see if they question people. Don't be afraid to ask people, do you have business insurance? If you do you mind sharing who you use? This is what I do with the stamp of approval. I have been giving out free information, free consultations for years. This year is the year that I am charging for business consultation, but I will be doing free 15-minute consultations for anyone, because people don't have to be charged just to talk to you. I have been, every time I've been to pop up shops, I just go live. I ask people, whoever's hosting it, do you mind if I do a live and tell everybody you have here? And I start with them. 9 times out of 10, they say yeah. Why? Because that's free exposure. We have to remember, we're connected by social media, but not everybody is your friend. So it's good to pop up on everybody else's social media, get their information so you could tag them in that video. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to be a people person. Now, you don't have to be a people person, but it would help your business strive more, because you're opening yourself up to contacts. I tell people on my Gospel Led Live that I talk every morning on Facebook. And if you're interested, you can just come type in Dawn Collins. And I talk about Jesus. I read a daily devotional. And I tell people all the time, I look forward to meeting new people every day. Why? Because we pray for things, and we can't pray for things if we don't get out there, open up our mind, open up our heart, and then ultimately open up our mouth so we can meet people, ask them questions. How did you get into this? Hi, this is my name. This is what I do. Guys, and some of you say, Dawn, you said to change your clothes. Yes, bring a change your clothes. Because think about it. If you go in suited and booted to a loan signing and you have an emergency happen, you're going to want to change it to some comfortable clothes. So we mean something like a pair of jeans, a sweatshirt, depending on where you at. Excuse me, guys, and let's keep it real at night, especially up in them cold, the townships and them suburbs. It's a lot colder in the suburbs, in the mountains, in the boondocks than it is in the city. So make sure you have a sweater, a sweatshirt, some jeans, some sweatpants, an extra case of underclothes for the next day, baby wipes to wipe yourself, to keep yourself clean, guys. Sneakers to be comfortable in case you have to walk. or run. Let's keep it real. We talking about safety. Also, something else I want to add in here. I meant to bring it out with me, but I believe it's in my briefcase, and my briefcase is in the car right about now. Oh, excuse me. But see if you can get. I can't remember where I saw this guy, but I saw this guy, and he had neon shirts, like like what the trash truck people have. Get you a vest. Get you something neon, so when these cars are coming, they see you. Their lights bounce off of you, and then like most people tell you, if you're walking toward traffic, people will see you. Never walk where the traffic is to your back, because you're more at risk for being hit. Thank you for tuning in to the Stamp of Approval, um, Safety While Signing. Guys, look forward to the next video. I will next two videos. I say it will be more continuous videos, but there's going to be videos. One video that I'm going to talk about business insurance, and then the other video is going to be on the other updated supplies that you should have as a notary. As you can see from the video, I have it two scanners shown, but over here I have a third one, and they're all by different people. I have an Epson, which one is no, not Epson. I'm sorry. I have a brother, a Canon, and an HP. The Canon and the HP is ultimately my favorite. My brother, I love that too. I'm gonna tell you why, because I worked that brother laser printer for a while, y'all. I worked it, and I've had it for years. And I swear, as soon as I brought the Canon, that sucker said, "Whoo, I get a break." So make sure you have the correct supply. So I've already done one video, but there are other things that have came out that I want to make you guys aware of. So as we increase in time, and we get other things that'll be better for us loan signing agents and notary publics and field inspectors and commercial inspectors, I will be updating the supplies as well. I do want to let you guys know, here at the Stamp of Approval, we offer several new things outside. I'd already mentioned one was the business consultation, but we do background checks here. We also do fingerprint, ink card fingerprinting, and we also do it for children as well. There is, if you go to my website, you will see that I have it's a discount up for if we do a family fingerprinting. So, guys, it was my pleasure to come present to you Safety While Signing. I love you guys. Happy signing, and this definitely gets the stamp of approval. That's going to be the next statement. The next segment, I'm going to have something called the stamp of approval. And we're going to be talking about things that get the stamp of approval and things that do not get the stamp of approval. So until next time, guys, God bless.